My name is Hugh Warwick and my Twitter name is Hedgehog Hugh, so it is perhaps going to be a surprise to you that I'm going to talk to you about tigers for a while. Now, the reason I'm going to talk about tigers is for a very, very serious thing. We all know that the tiger population in the world is under massive threat. Now, I've been studying hedgehogs for nearly 30 years, and I was given the opportunity of talking to a big audience at a zoo near Cambridge. And to get the audience really big, what they did was stick me inside the tiger's cage, because it's very like Formula One racing. What you do is you put somebody there with the promise of a potential disaster, and you get a great big crowd of people ready to watch me. So while the keepers were clearing out tiger poo and putting in tiger meat, I got to talk to my audience about hedgehogs, because hedgehogs obviously are what really, really drives me. But what is it? I thought, what can I do? How can I find a way of connecting these two things? You know, you've got the most charismatic, beautiful, gorgeous predator on the planet and a large stripy cat. How can we find a point of connection between these two things? Well, you know, I've managed to do it, and it is a really horrifying and depressing connection. We know that tiger population is in a massive decline. 3% fewer tigers in the wild every single year. That is horrific. We know tigers are in danger of extinction. In this country, we have had a 37% decline in hedgehog numbers in the last 10 years alone. That means that hedgehogs are declining in Britain at a faster rate than tigers are declining in the wild. That is a really serious thing. We need to get very, very agitated, upset, and excited about it. So what can we do about that? I have got some leaflets in my bag. I will loiter around underneath an umbrella or possibly in a cafe afterwards, and I will hand out leaflets about a project we've got called Hedgehog Street, because we want people to do what they can at home. We want people to alter their gardens to make them hedgehog friendly. We want them to have compost heaps, and most importantly, we want their gardens to connect to everybody else's garden along the street, because having your garden hedgehog friendly is utterly useless if the hedgehogs can't get into it. So what we're doing, we're looking for having hedgehog streets throughout the country. We've got 30,000 different households have signed up to Hedgehog Street already. And people will often ask me, why? What is the point of being so worried about hedgehogs? Well, the reason we should worry about hedgehogs and care about hedgehogs is because they are quite easily and definitely the most important creature on the planet. I mean, I have done 30 years of research into this and can safely say that between their muddy little paws is held the key to the salvation of humanity. They are incomparable. And the reason for this is quite simple and straightforward. There is a phrase that the late American biologist Stephen Jay Gould coined. We will not fight to save what we do not love. It's a simple idea and brilliantly encapsulates the whole fight to save wildlife, the fight to save nature, the fight to try and protect our world. We will not fight to save it if we do not really, truly, deeply care for it. Now, the wildlife and conservation groups understand this, and they make a big mistake. They rely upon the charismatic megafauna. They rely upon the elephants and the tigers and the whales and the dolphins to try and seduce us, to try and win us over, to try and make us fall in love with the natural world. But it dawned on me that this is like relying upon pictures in Heat magazine and Hello magazine to get a better understanding of human relationships. In the end, we are just simply not going to end up, nose to nose with a humpback whale or Angelina Jolie. These things aren't going to happen. In the end, we're going to fall in love with the girl or the boy next door. It's going to be that way around. It isn't going to be some endangered A-list celebrity. We need to then recognize that the hedgehog is the animal equivalent of the boy or the girl next door. It's the one we really have a chance of falling in love with, the one we really have a chance of getting to know. So the take-home message for this is, when the rain has stopped, go home. Make your garden hedgehog friendly. Look for the Hedgehog Street website if you don't get a leaflet off me. And also, if you come and see me afterwards, there's a possibility I've got my brand new book, which is being launched in 4 days in my bag. I might just let you buy an early copy. And come along, get that signed, and learn about Hedgehog Street, and then go home, sling a hammock in your garden, get a gin and tonic beside the hammock, this is when it stopped raining, and lie there and wait to hear the wonderful snuffle of hedgehogs in your undergrowth, because there is nothing that compares with the wonders of the hedgehog. And then when you've heard that, just don't lie there. Get down, nose to nose with a hedgehog. Get nose to nose with the hedgehog, look into their beady little eyes, and recognize that this truly is the most magnificent creature on the planet. There really is nothing to compare. Stripy cats, they are nowhere near as cute as a hedgehog. And in terms of the predator, everything else thinks the hedgehog's a predator. All them worms and bugs and beasts, they're pretty scary when you're that small. Thank you, and enjoy the rain. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Hugh.